Press record. Okay, and let me get my notes up. 1 second. Okay, so I've said who I am. Okay, so why is recruiting so important? Recruiting is really, really important. It is if you want to build a Scentsy career, if you want to build a life-changing income, if you want to build a full-time income, then recruiting is the way forward. Okay? If top recruiters in the company earn more money than top sales if they recruit well. Okay? But top recruiters are not the highest paid in the company. Now, that might not make sense to you guys, and it sounds a bit higgly-piddly to me, but the top earners in the company are top recruiters who teach their leaders and their downline to be top recruiters too. That is what ultimately will build you a big, solid Scentsy business. So, and I just want to show you, I just want to give you an example what our recruitment has done for us. We recruit heavily every single month, all year round. It doesn't matter if it's December, July, August, February. It doesn't matter what it is. We recruit heavily. And our sales probably average between 1,000 to 1,500 every single month. You know, some months we do 2,000. You know, some months we might do a bit less. So, but on average, over the last 3 years, our annual sales have been roughly around the same. But our wage, our paycheck, has increased between 100 to 150% year on year over the last 3 years. So, this is purely down to our recruiting. Okay. So, and what I always tell our team is, you know, when it comes to building a team and when it comes to recruiting wide and building a big team, okay, if something happens, you know, if you're a director but you do 3,000 PRV in those numbers, okay, if you have a bad month, if you have to go and do something like last week, Alexandra was stuck in hospital for the month, for not for the month, for the first few weeks, you know, our sales had a dip, and we could only really scrape over 500 PRV because we were otherwise engaged. But if you've got a big team behind you, they can pull in the numbers for you when the month doesn't count. So that's what really recruiting is. So I'm going to give you my top 10 tips. I've got my dog running around my legs at the minute. Lily, out, out. So, and here are my top 10 tips on recruiting and how I like to approach recruiting. So number one is you've got to get your recruiting mindset right, okay? You've got to quit all this join my team stuff, you know, come and join my team and help me build a business, you know, and you've all the spammy stuff, you know, join my team, look at this, I get a free holiday, join my team, join my team. You've got to quit all that, okay? You are not doing anybody a favor, you know, and they are not doing you a favor by joining your team. Remember that. They are not doing you a favor by joining your team. You are doing them a favor by offering them an opportunity to earn extra income. And, you know, so don't be desperate. I hate on Facebook the join my team post, you know, join my team, join my team, join my team. When really you need to be building relationships, not being desperate. And remember, you know, they are not doing you a favor. They are not joining you to build your business. They are joining you because you are going to help them build our business. You're going to help them pay bills. You're going to help them go on holidays, which they probably haven't been on. You're going to help them. You're going to help pay for their kids' Christmas, okay? They are not doing you a favor by joining your team. So don't be desperate. You're a financial doctor, okay? This is what I like to say. I like to get my big bag coat on every single day. And I like to look in the mirror and ask Alexandra, I actually do this. And I say to myself, right, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try and change some lives today. So that's my recruiting tip number one. You've got to get your recruiting mindset right, okay? You're a financial doctor. You're going out there to help people. Don't think potential recruits are there to help you build a business. You are there to help them build a business. So that's my recruiting tip number one. Recruiting tip number two, it's a numbers game. And it totally is a numbers game, okay? Let me give you an example here. So far this year, I just ran a report. We just got a new recruiting like 10 minutes ago. So we've recruited 42 people in the first, you know, from January the 1st until May the 5th. We've recruited 42 people. And I also record how many people we actually speak to. So out of 42 people, how many people do you reckon I spoke to, Maybe you're thinking about the number of 100 or 200. I have spoke to since January the 1st, me, Alexandra, I've spoke to 946 people and only 41 people have joined. So that means I have got 905 no's or maybes. You never know. They might join later on. You never know. So some way or another, either it's through social media, whether it's through face-to-face interaction, whether it's whatever it is, I have got 905 no's, which is a lot of rejection. And that's quite bad for me. That's quite a bad numbers ratio. I used to be able to do, but I have got a few on the line, but I used to be able to do like 1 in 10, 1 in 15. But that is a real bad ratio. I'm looking at that right now. So I must be doing something wrong. So I need to look at that. But my dad always said to me when I was growing up, this is what my dad said. And when I was 16 years of age, when what teenage boys are like at that age, and girls the same, he used to say, Scott, if you want to get yourself a beautiful lady, you have got to speak to 10 of them, and you've got to ask 10 people out on a date. And he used to tell me, you might be pretty ugly, but if you ask 10 people, I guaranteed one person will say yes. And I remember that, and I used to go and play a game with my mates when I was 16 years of age, and that was kind of the ratio, 1 in 10. And it's all a numbers game. Not everybody's going to say yes, but you have to go for no, and you have to, really love the no's, like them, get passionate about them, force the no out of people. If people are like, I don't want to do that, you want to get the no out of them because, you want to have that tick. And that's what I do every single day. Go for no. Speak to many people as I can, face to face, through our YouTube, through Instagram, through Facebook, and go for no. It is really that simple. So that's my tip for number 2. It is a numbers game. It is a numbers game. Jeanette says she is on 10, so I'm going to get a yes soon. If you spoke to 10 people, I guarantee in the next 5 people you're going to get a yes. I guarantee. Okay, number 3. Don't be Scentsy recruiting naked. Okay? Now, what do I mean by that? Now, I know how you guys work. You have some awesome leaders in your team. I know Julie really well. I know Kim. I know Steph. And I definitely know your superstar director, Angela. And these guys are never Scentsy naked when it comes to products. I'm not sure what it's like with recruiting. They're probably not naked when it comes to recruiting too, but they are never Scentsy naked. They're always advertising their business. Whether it be for basket parties, I know they like to spray their little cars, but you have to be Scentsy equipped. You have to have, I call them Scentsy bullets, everywhere you go with regards to recruitment. In my car, everywhere I go, I have my joiners leaflet. I have samples, I'm always prepared to offer the opportunity wherever I go. You have to have info packs, but my biggest tip with an info pack and when giving information to people, and this is vital, this is so vital, and this is what helps us convert so many people, is that if they want to take an info pack off you, you get them to add you on Facebook, okay? That is the deal. I will not give anybody an info pack with samples unless they add me on Facebook, okay? And so this goes on to my next tip, okay? So you need to use Facebook as your recruiting shopfront, okay? So as I said, the rule is if you want to take an info pack off me and you want some free samples, then you've got to add me on Facebook. We just spoke about that. So once you've added on Facebook, you need to use your Facebook profile as a recruiting shopfront. And what do I mean by that? We have to inspire people. We have to motivate people. You have to be positive. You have to share lots of positive things that the business has done for you. You have to share personal things like a family, your family life, your personal life, everything positive, but no swearing, okay? Now, I'm not your dad, and I can't tell you what you can and can't write. But trust me, people see swear words and they get put off, okay? So keep it positive. It is your shop front and it is your tool. So that's what we do everywhere we go. I'm off to Singapore on Sunday, yeah, and I will have recruiting packs with me. And My mission will be to hand them out to people on the aeroplane, but I will not hand them out. They will not get any free samples unless they add me on Facebook. And if guys who are not my Facebook friend, add me on Facebook. And I do targeted posts for people who are interested in the business. So I find out what they're interested in, and I would do targeted videos and targeted posts. So use Facebook as your recruiting shop front. Tip number 5 is, and you guys have heard this all before, and this is such a simple tip, okay? It is consistency. It is all about consistency. If anybody asks me, the one secret ingredient which really helps build our business, or anybody else's business, or helps you become a good sports person, or helps you get fit, it's consistency. You need to be getting new leads every single day. It doesn't matter where they come from, okay? Preferably get face-to-face in front of people, but it doesn't matter where the leads come from. You need to be getting new, fresh leads every single day. Consistency is king. Like I said, I get up every single day and I put on my financial doctor's jacket, and I like to think that I'm going out there and I'm going to try and help change someone's life. So consistency is the key. You're getting new leads every single day. And number 6, what I want you to remember is, don't get downhearted. Like, who was talking about their 10 recruits? You spoke to 10 people. I can't remember the name. Jeanette. So you spoke to 10 people, okay? Remember, it's a 90-day circle. So this is tip number 6. Remember, it's a 90-day circle. It's very rare that I will speak to somebody, send them some information, and they join within a few minutes. That is rare. In our whole Scentsy career, which has been 5 years, I probably had 1 or 2 people do that. Okay? So remember, it's a 90-day circle. That means they could join within that 90 days. We've had people who we've been speaking to for 2 years and they finally join. Okay? So don't get downhearted if, if you put a post up on Facebook, join my, come and join my Scentsy team, blah, blah, blah. Someone says, hey, I'm interested. And if they don't join within the next hour, don't get downhearted. Inspire them and motivate with your post on Facebook, okay? So remember, it's a 90-day circle. And because it's a 90-day circle, this is where the fortune is, okay? It's in the follow-up, okay? 2 simple tips I'm giving you here. Consistency, but the most important thing is the follow-up, okay? And if you do not follow up, people are not going to join you, okay? I hear so many stories in this business, that, you see like pictures of newbies, and everybody makes these mistakes, okay? They would leave a business card in a toilet, like behind a toilet seat, or they're on an aeroplane and they're getting off the aeroplane, they leave their business card in the window of the aeroplane and take a picture and say, hey, it's just spreading the Scentsy love. Unfortunately, guys, as much as, this is a newbie era, okay? But unfortunately, you're never going to get recruits doing stuff like that. You're never going to get recruits just randomly out, handing out business cards. You need to get contact details, and you need to be following up. You always need to be following up. And that is where the fortune is. And that is what is going to help you build your team. It's following up all the time. So that's tip number 7. Tip number 8, okay? We've talked about the 90-day cycle. We've talked about follow-up, we've talked about consistency, but it's about building relationships and being patient, okay? So what do I mean by building relationships, Getting to know them, okay? Getting to find out things about them, okay? And I can see some questions in the chat bar, and what I'll do is I'll open it up to questions at the end. So building relationships, getting to know them. One of our best relationship tools is our YouTube channel, okay? People go on our YouTube channel, and I understand not everybody likes to do video. People go on our YouTube channel, they see me, they see Alexandra, they see we're real, they see our baby daughter, they see what we do, and they see that we're real, and that helps build relationships. But online, you have to, especially on Facebook, you have to build your relationships by chatting to people, finding out more information about them, but by also what you post, okay? So many people, like my daughter is called Thea, and so many people think they know Thea personally because I talk about her, they see pictures of her, but they don't. But they feel that they know her because that's the kind of persona I've created on my Facebook page. And It's all about building relationships, but being patient, okay? Remember when building relationships, you know, you're not doing it because you want them to join over the dotted line tomorrow. You're building relationships because you want to build a genuine relationship and then have a genuine working relationship and help them hit their goals. Okay? Number 9, and I'm always saying this to my team, and I'm always saying this to us, and I'll put my hands up high. We get leads off Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, but there is no better way than getting personal, okay? It's not all about social media. So what do I mean? Okay? Host opportunity meetings, okay? Especially you guys in Belfast. It's very well known in Belfast. So you don't have to go and invest some money, but hire a little place out in a cafe. You don't even have to hire it. Just ask the ladies behind the counter if you can hire a few seats. Do an opportunity meeting. Take your fragrances there. And just have a good sniff and have a coffee with some people and talk about the opportunity. Like we're off to Australia and New Zealand next week, and what me and Alexandra like to do, and this is a little tip. Here's me sharing my good tips with the Maxis team. Oh my goodness! So what we would do is me and Alexandra would play like a game. Okay, call is full, Scott. Yep, the call is full. It can only take 26, and I will put the recording up after the call. Okay, so this is a little game me and Alexandra like to play. We like to go to places, and she gets the fragrances out, and I sniff them. And it attracts waitresses, it attracts waiters, it attracts customers. They all come over to our table, and they like to take part in the sniffing. And then they say, "What are you doing?" And we go, "Well, I'm just chatting to this guy about starting up a business, and we have got recruits through that way." And that's like an opportunity mean. So just get in a cafe, get a few friends together, get people who are interested in the opportunity, get your fragrances out and have a good sniff. And watch the interest from around the cafe come flooding in. Trust me, try it. So get personal, get in front of people's faces, talk about the opportunity, and just share it everywhere you go. Okay, and this is my final tip, and I am going to open it up for some questions at the end. I will give 20 minutes of questions. So number 10 is recruit a manageable amount of people. Okay, make sure you get those recruits working. Don't just recruit people and leave them. And then teach your team to recruit by doing what you do. Now that tip will make you life-changing income. Recruit people, a manageable amount. Please remember, there's 2 of me and Alexandra, okay? So, a manageable. If someone's running this part-time, I would say a full-time business, okay? Like, just say Angela, for example. Probably a good number for her to recruit would be between 3 to 5 a month because it is manageable. If you're working part-time, and this is your part-time business, 2 to 3 a month. And if you're not working, if you've got a full-time job, but you're doing a bit of extra income, but you want to build a team, aim for 2 a month. 2 new recruits a month. Don't ever go below 2 new recruits. It's so important that you bring in 2 new recruits of fresh blood every single month. And we talk about something, this comes from my upline, is about the 2-year plan. If you do 2,000 PRV every single month, if you pull in 2 recruits, and if you teach your team, your recruits to do 2,000 PRV a month and pull in 2 recruits, then over a 2-year period, you will be earning an income of a doctor or a lawyer. It might take a bit longer. 2 to 3 years, you will be earning an income of a doctor or a lawyer. So recruit a manageable amount of people. Like for instance, 1 month, we recruited our highest recruitment month. I think we did 19. Was it 19? Yeah, it was 19. Oh my goodness me, our heads were smashed. And, we managed to get everybody working. We didn't leave anybody out, but, it wasn't manageable. And, so we kind of like to average it out, 5 recruits each a month. I bring in the recruits, but we're working to get them working. We'd probably do 5 each a month. So recruit a manageable amount of people and get them working and then teach your teams to do the same. Now that's my call for today finished. I hope that was okay. I just gave off some tips and now I will answer some questions. If anybody, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my Facebook recruitment video in Angela's page too. So I just talk about how to recruit on Facebook. So if anybody has any questions, please fire away right now. I know there was some up above, but please put them in the box now because, okay, I'll give you guys a few minutes to come on with some questions and I will answer them. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I hope I didn't speak too fast, okay? How do I word a recruiting post? As in, okay, how do I word a recruiting post? As on Facebook, if I was doing a recruiting post on Facebook, now, don't get me wrong, I don't do too many recruiting posts on Facebook, but I have done, okay, and they have been successful. I would have no longer than 4 lines. I would not do paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. You've got to get people interested after 4 lines. So I would talk about what, and you got to, when you're writing a post, you got to, your post has got to be attractive to what people want. Okay, and everybody in Scentsy, let's not talk about the fluff here. Everybody talks about the family and making lots of friends. In reality, the first instincts why people join Scentsy is the cash. Okay, that's what people are interested in. Okay, so I would start my post with earn extra income, earn extra cash, earn blah 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 blah. Start your own Scentsy fragrance business. One of my favorite saying is, and this is what catches people the eye. Oh my goodness me, I am sharing another great tip with you guys, which pulls people in. Is you can. This is one of my favorite sayings. Doing Scentsy, you can earn a full-time wage with part-time hours. Okay, that's one of my favorite sayings, and that's a Jim Rohn saying, and that kind of attracts people in. But your first few lines of your recruiting ad have got to be, it's about the cash. People want to earn cash as much as you can make great friends, families, free holidays. The bottom line is people want to earn cash. So I would start my recruiting post with earn extra income, start your own Scentsy fragrance business, blah, blah, blah. So let me check another question. How long do you leave before you follow up staff? Oh my goodness me. No longer than 24 hours. You got to strike when the iron's hot, okay? If they're excited, you've got to keep, because people, you can't give them time to go and ask people who are going to tell them, oh, you don't want to do that. You've got to get in there quick. So no longer than 24 hours. I feel like I've not done my job properly if I've not followed up within 24 hours. And remember, it's polite to follow up. People get nervous to follow up, but it's polite to follow up. Always remember that. It's always polite to check in with people. So no longer than 24 hours. How long do you leave for the hot? Scott, what sort of things would you put in bullet points for a recruiting pack, please? Okay, what I want you to do, Cal, is send me a message on Facebook and I will send you our recruiting pack. Okay? And I will, Alexandra did our recruiting pack, so I will show you some of the stuff we put. Okay? Yes, Robin join my team. Any more? Let me. One sec. What do you? Yes, Robin join my team. What do you say back when people say, I like the Glade warmers? Do you want me to tell you what? Do you want me to tell you when people say that? Okay, that they like the Glade warmers. Angela says her 30-day challenge has the joining pack details. And I think I sent it to a lot of you guys before, so it's probably on there. So if they want the Glade warmers, they want the Glade warmers. You're talking about those real cheap ones you get in Tesco? If that's their quality of product, that's their problem. You have to upsell our 3-year warranty. You have to upsell our customer service. You have to upsell, you pay for quality. Nothing better than a 3-year warranty, Those Glade warmers, I've got one. I've tried one out. And you got to be bubbly and kind, You're offering a great customer service. Think of all the advantages a Scentsy warmer has over a Glade warmer. I can't, the fragrance bars itself are not, not wide range, and the Glade warmers, they don't have a wide range, So you got to think of all the positives Scentsy can offer. Don't ever see anyone as competition. Always have a bit of a chip on your shoulder and believe you have the best product in the world. People love to see your confidence in your product, and people will ultimately buy off you if they see that confidence. Okay, you paper quality. Okay, what do you say about joining when you're doing a Scentsy party? Okay, well, if I'm absolutely honest, I'll put my hand up high. Alexandra's been doing the parties for the last 2 years. I did a good few parties a few years ago, and I have recruited from a party, and I'm pretty proud of that because I know it's a female-dominated business, but I like a challenge and I like to chance my arm. And that recruit from that party was actually a really good consultant too. But what I did was I was just myself. I don't like I'm not like, I don't like kind of like brainwash people about recruiting. I'm not like seeing everybody as a lead to kind of jump on, but you just be yourself, share the trips you've been on, share the great business, what it does for you. Like, I'm a stay at home dad, share all the positive things and the benefits of the business at your party. There's a card game our Superstar Director uses, and, it shows all the places she's been and traveled to. It's called the card game. Look it up on YouTube. Jennifer Audette, the card game. And this has brought people in for Alexandra too. So just be yourself. Offer the opportunity. Be fully confident in your opportunity. Get a chip on your shoulder. That's what I always say. Be confident. People like seeing people who are confident in what they're offering, and it always sucks them in. Okay? I always say buy cheap, buy twice, buy Scentsy for life. I like that saying. Someone needs to put that in a post for me. Okay, heat safety. Okay, does anyone else have any more questions? I've got another 10 minutes if anybody else wants to ask me any more questions. And if you guys haven't checked out our YouTube channel, you are more than welcome to check that out too.